Now, let me ask you a question. If someone asks you to do something, does that make you want to do that thing more because they asked or less? If you find yourself into the latter camp where somebody asking you to do something, you asking yourself to do something just throws up a big wall of resistance, you find yourself in the I don't wanna camp. Well, this episode is for you. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less. Does someone or even yourself telling you that you have to do something make you want to do that thing even less? Is your motto, you can't make me and I can't either? Or maybe you've just got a temporary case of the I don't feel like it. Either way, when you're stuck in your head about not wanting to do the thing you really, really need to get yourself to do, it can be really frustrating. Because on some level, you do want to do the thing. Or maybe you want it to be done, but you don't actually want to do it. So when you're stuck in this place, what can you do to get yourself out of it? Well, you're in luck because I've got some strategies that you can experiment with the next time you get stuck in this rut. And don't feel like playing the one person game of chicken with yourself over and over and over again. Like a lot of stuff I talk about, a huge part of getting yourself to do the things that you don't really want to do, but you do want to be done, is mental trickery. And so today, let's get into a few strategies that actually work. First one is to reduce the perceived pressure. So you know the feeling. Not doing the thing is only increasing the feeling that the thing needs to get done. But still, you can't make yourself do the thing. So what to do? Make the things that you have to do feel a bit more like choices. So, a few weeks back, we talked about the could do list, right? Instead of the to do list. It's kind of like that, but on steroids. When you're choosing to do something, or you can trick yourself into feel like you're choosing to do it, that can help you to reduce the internal resistance that you're feeling. A few weeks back also, I talked about the idea of someday maybes. Things on your task list that are not things you have to do right now, but they're things you might like to do someday, maybe. A big part of the point of the someday maybe philosophy is that you're not turning things that aren't obligations into obligations. You're giving yourself permission not to do the task unless and until you want to do it or, it has to get done, right? Most of these someday maybes are not things that fall into that have to be done category. They're things that we would love to be done, but maybe we're telling ourselves they have to be done even if they don't. Essentially, what you want to do is give yourself more agency, more choice, and therefore you'll increase the likelihood that you'll actually do the thing because there's less pressure around actually doing it. It's a bit counterintuitive, but it can work wonders. So, strategy number two, you want to break it down to get it done. Turn everything into low hanging fruit, right? If you've got a big, overwhelming project, make that first step so small that it's more difficult to convince yourself not to do it than actually just to do it. Now, strategy number three, remind yourself that no one can make you do anything. You're in control. You really are. Literally, no one can make you do anything. It may not feel like it, but you do have control. You know who knows this better than anyone? A child who's decided that they are not going anywhere. Do I sound a little bitter here? Well, let's just say that one of my kids had a years long habit of lying down on the ground in the middle of a hike and just not moving. And once you can't carry them, well, you can't make them. You can't, nobody can make you, right? So it helps to remember that literally everything you do is actually a choice. Now, sure, choices have consequences, and that's something that kids learn over and over again, right? And sometimes as adults, we're still learning that too. But choices have consequences. But ultimately, everything you do is a choice. It's you who gets to decide if the consequences are worth it to you. And that puts you back in the driver's seat. Now, strategy number four, you could gamify it, right? Would you want to do this thing that you don't want to do more if it were fun? Yeah. Then try to make it more fun, right? Maybe you're super competitive. Well, this is a strategy that just might work for you. Think about things like, can I get X amount of whatever done in 10 minutes? Could you race your colleague to see who can get your inboxes down to zero the fastest? Can you make it a game? I know that many times I've been like, can I unload the dishwasher while my tea is warming up or whatever, right? Like the possibilities are endless. Get silly with it. Maybe I didn't give you the best examples here, but turn it into a game. And if you are competitive, use that to your advantage. Now, you can also do it with a friend. This is strategy number 5. So, there's a concept called body doubling, where having someone near you reduces the resistance to doing the thing and even provides a little bit of accountability there. This is a really common strategy used for folks who have ADHD, but it's also a strategy that can be used by lots of people. So to do this, you'll grab a friend or a colleague or even a stranger on Zoom using services like Flown or Cave Day or FocusMate. There's lots of them out there. And what you do is you just you either get into a meeting or on the Zoom or whatever. You share what you plan to accomplish. Then you spend the next hour or two, however long you've decided, doing the thing. And then at the end, you come back and you share what you did during that period of time. Now, in my time well spent coaching program, our weekly focus sessions, they're basically these body doubling sessions. They work just like this. And they are a super popular way for my clients to get all of that stuff done that they have been procrastinating on. And then they actually come in and they get it done. Definitely things that fall into the important but not urgent camp. These are the types of things that I find my clients using over and over again in our focus sessions. So you don't have to have a special program to do this. You can just do it with anybody. But grab a friend and see if body doubling is something that can work for you. Now, the next strategy, number 6, is to use the 5 whys. Now, many times the resistance to doing something is not surface level. It's actually a lot deeper. And it might be related to some underlying fears, some anxieties, or even perfectionism. To get to the root of what's going on, why you have so much resistance, you could try asking yourself why 5 times. This is the 5 whys. Every time you ask why, you're going to get to a slightly deeper level of understanding about where your resistance comes from. And once you've clarified the root cause, it may be a lot easier to rationalize doing the thing or not doing the thing. Again, the choice is yours. But either way, you'll have moved out of the quicksand and into the action zone. And lastly, there's another strategy here, and this may be the most important one. Strategy number 7 is to be kind to yourself. Beating yourself up rarely works in the short term, and it's pretty harmful in the long term. You know the best way to learn, grow, and get things done? It's actually by being kind to yourself. When you congratulate yourself on even the smallest of steps in the right direction, you train your brain to want to do more of the thing. Just like kids and dogs, you're not immune from positive reinforcement. It works just as well on ourselves as fully grown adults. So, you didn't do the thing. That's okay. You can only move forward and you can make a different choice. As much as I wish we could, unfortunately, we can't go back into the past and change what's already happened or what hasn't happened. So, if the words have to make you want to run for the hills, try these strategies and let me know what works. And if you need more help, well, you know where to find me. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, I've got a little something else you might want to know about. I want you to check out my free class, 3 Secrets for Always Having Enough Time for Your Work, Your Family, and most importantly, yourself. It's short, it's practical, it's packed with strategies that you can use right away, and it's free. You can grab your spot at the link in the show notes or at alexishasselberger.com. See you next time.